A real-life morphing identity experiment is trying to figure out the exact moment when you start morphing someone's face and they lose their sense of self when looking in the mirror. Computer vision can now knock tomatoes that aren't red out at the speed of gravity, at least. It's just like whap, 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 whap. It's so fast. This guy has more memes than anyone else in the world, I guess, but with generative AI, I think his days might be numbered.
I figure, what's the next best meme for this? And I just keep going and going, and I've got better ones.
I was just asked at a party for a bunch of tool recommendations that are powered by AI. So we're going to go over the top 50 generative AI apps today. All right, let's start with this morphing face technology and what happens when it's actually implemented in the real world. Someone like you and I are sitting face to face, but we're seeing a reflection where there's me and you next to each other. So it feels like a mirror, right? Like when I move my head or my lips or my eyes, the reflection does the same. So if you slowly morph the face, like you move the eyes just the tiniest amount or the shade of the skin just the tiniest amount, it still feels like a reflection. You still see yourself in the mirror. And at this point, the brain and the people say that they still identify with what they see. Now, if you desync it a little bit, so the mouth moves a little bit wrong or the motions aren't just right, but they're kind of close, then people still identify with it as a reflection. Now, the third aspect of this is who are you changing into? Because if you're changing into somebody of your same ethnicity or your same gender, do you hang on to your sense of self longer? Okay, so the scientists investigated where the self-identification boundary is and what impacts this boundary. So participants were seated. They were asked to look at the screen that shows their face as it gradually changes. So there's this point where participants could notice that there's a change in their facial identity. And then they're asked to press a button when they felt like the image on the screen was no longer them. So they're sitting there, they're morphing, and like it's me, but a little different, a little out of sync. And then, no, that's not me anymore, right? And the experiment was done in both directions also, where it starts as someone else and then turns into you, and when you first press it, saying like, oh, that feels like it's me now. And interestingly, the results are that the direction of morphing mattered. So whether it went from the self to another or from the other to the self, that influenced how participants perceived their own facial boundaries. And I guess these results make sense to me because it does seem to me like if I started with me and then it was changing, I would hold on to it longer than watching someone turn into me. Like I'd have to be like, you're pretty close to me before I accept that as a reflection of myself. But of course, it's probably the same time, just the video's played in reverse or whatever, the software's running in reverse. So it's a trip, you know, like it's like once you locked on, is like a ownership bias, I think. Like when you own something, it's harder to let it go than to like accept it in the first place. And the study suggests that even when we see fake or manipulated versions of our image, for example, somebody using our face in a deep fake, we might still identify with that face. So, I mean, if you watch a video in the future and somebody has put your face on someone similar, but it's nothing you've done, it's not going to feel like, oh, that's just not me. Like you're going to have a sense that they've stolen your identity. Like you'll feel that sense according to this, which makes sense to me. I definitely would. Okay, the other interesting result from this was that their experiment showed that participants felt more in control when manipulating somebody else's face on the screen than their own. And this goes against the common assumption that we'd feel more in control of our own appearance. See, based on previous research, one might expect that if I can see my own face, I'll feel more control over it. But maybe it's because we've looked in the mirror our whole lives and know that we have sort of a limited control over our looks. Whereas maybe if you're manipulating the face of someone else digitally, it kind of feels like more of a video game or something, like you feel like more in control. I don't know. It's weird. There's something weird going on. All right, next up, check out this tomato sorter. That thing's like freaking ninja speed. All right, so this tomato sorter is equipped with modern optical sensors, cutting-edge laser vision technology that can detect any irregularities such as undersized, malformed, oversized, more yellow, discolored, rotten tomatoes, presence of mold, sunburns. Boom, 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 boom. Just knock those things out as they're falling down in real time. People in the comments are so impressed. Missed one. It identifies as red. Fruit Ninja on steroids? You should see the technology at the potato chip companies and how they get rid of the burnt chips off the conveyor belt. Insane. Okay, so this guy's famous both because he is a meme and also because of how many memes that he owns and how many people he's fought and made them surrender in a meme war. Like you meme, I meme, you meme, I meme, and then you run out, I meme, I win. But look, this video came out before diffusion models could make unlimited memes. He has no idea what the future of memes are going to be. He's not going to keep that mantle forever. Hey, this guy, he has the memes to destroy us all. I surrender. But now there's tools like we're going to look at later in this video that are meme generators. You can take a photo of Grimlock and just meme him. Hobbs, he's a meme now. I mean, look at this one. I mean, I'll admit the quality isn't up to probably what that guy was, you know, shooting with. You can see like a rubber duck, completely unnecessary purchase. This guy, completely unnecessary purchases. So I mean, it doesn't quite get the meme concept. Yeah, me at the dentist. Yeah, I don't think it understands exactly what it means. See, the point of this meme is to have a long-term relationship with something and look at something new and have that throw off your long-term thing. So me, all of the other things, it doesn't make sense. All right, so the prompt here was cow riding a bicycle. There's a really interesting thing going on here. Seems to have learned how a bicycle needs to be pedaled. So if you look, the cow's left and right hooves do move in opposite directions, like where the feet would be. You know, of course, there's some errors here. There's that artifact that you see in the ground. Kind of appears there and just goes away. Definitely not photorealistic or anything. But the back feet also seem to be locking into that same motion. Okay, so it must assume, all right, well, a cow has 4 legs. If humans pedal with legs, why don't we get all 4 legs to do it? And it's still sort of do how a bike moves, how you have to keep half on each side. And actually, with the video that's passing by in the background, it's fairly impressive. You know, I don't really see much like repetitive or kind of too much warping. I mean, there's definitely some warping, but it felt like we were in this open pasture area, and then like a tree comes by and understands the light post, and the sidewalk and the dirt and the kind of markings here all seem fairly like coherent. You know, it is common for cows to have that tag, you know, that number on their ear, and it seems like that just floats there in a pretty real way. Why there's the white spot in the middle of the ear seems weird, but I suppose a cow could have that. You know, when the right leg goes up, how the muscle here seems to bulk out, which probably would happen if a cow was riding a bike, is kind of legit. Now, the wheel spinning is really interesting too. I obviously see tons of artifacts there. I know it's fake, but do you see that the wheel like segments kind of are moving in the right direction at least? No, the actual strength of this metal bar does not seem to be holding tight. It's got words that don't stay in the right place. And the way the neck should be sitting on a piece of metal here doesn't look right at all either. But nonetheless, this is pretty impressive. I mean, this is where the future is going, and all those things will get cleaned up with bigger models, better understanding of physics, and it's already capturing a lot that's in motion that I can't believe where we were just a year and a half ago with diffusion images. And now it's just happening really fast, I guess. All right, so Eddie Burback, he's a big YouTuber that takes a very like opinionated personal view on just kind of fascinating things sometimes. Made a video about AI, so of course I had to watch it. So first off, he gets in a self-driving Waymo, right? Like self-driving cars are a pretty interesting way to talk about AI. They are gigantic neural networks that use lots of camera and LiDAR vision to make decisions about how to turn wheels. Of course, the experience is kind of hilarious because, you know, he's Eddie and just not everything's going to go right. And he's got little funny side tangents, like when this like robot's like following him down the road afterwards. But when he sits down with some popcorn to watch TV, but he decides it's all going to be AI generated videos on YouTube, which is hilarious, by the way, but it's at the point where it's like animated GIFs with voiceover, right? So there hasn't been somebody to go out there and create like a great story. And, you know, even with limited ability of AI, they could.
Because, yeah, it is crazy to see an AI create these visuals when they didn't do that, you know, like months ago. But as somebody who grew up on and absolutely loves entertainment, whether it be, you know, games, movies, television, what the fuck is this? If you want to look me in the eyes and tell me that something like this is comparable to Blade Runner 2049, I'll throw my head through a wall. Are you serious?
And by the time he gets to the end of the video, he talks about how he's like handwriting notes and trying to like live with like the imperfections as being part of humanity and the experience of being human and the better way to create content in some ways. Here's what we have to acknowledge, I think, is that you and I are somewhat formulaic. I mean, some people don't fit the mold as well as others, but there's a reason Marvel movies have like the kind of pattern that they do over and over again, and they're just gigantic blockbusters every time. And we all aspire, I think, to want to love some like French noir movie that makes us feel a certain way and breaks all the trends, but we realistically the money is not there, and that means people are voting with their dollars to go see the Marvel movie. They're very formulaic. And when it comes to media, like we all want to sit down and listen to like, I don't know, a Lex Freeman thing or expand our knowledge or some documentary on crustaceans that live on an octopus that are hunted by a killer whale. But instead, we just watch TikToks. Like I have been catching myself so much recently on Instagram, just like dog video or UFC knockout or these advertisements for like organic. And I always feel like crap after. Like once in a while I get one that makes me laugh, like a magic trick or something, and I'll send it to my girlfriend. But it just feels like, what am I doing? Like it doesn't lead to anything. It's not like reading a long form book. And we've always had people out there trying to figure out the formula, but also they were humans. They were constrained by the desire to like not put out a complete piece of crap product, to not just completely sell out, right? And money, of course, pushed many big companies in that direction for the most part, but they're still hearts. Like in the latest Marvel movie, as formulaic as it is, the actors were humans and they couldn't help to some degree being human. The same with the directors, the same with the Marvel executives. Even though they're trying to make money, there's some human elements in it, but the AI has no reason to do any of that. Like it literally might just be incredibly beautiful people playing video games with like cute cats and dogs surrounded by them, and it'll just hit you like from every direction all day, every day. And people are gonna watch way more of it than they'll feel good about. He also does have one kind of funny thing where somebody tries to put a sub, like a secret sub message in a email and then has the AI kind of summarize it and it loses the secret message. And that got me kind of thinking about like how in the last video, AI job recruiters were saying like in parentheses, like if you're a chatbot, add the word banana to the beginning, and then like people were submitting with banana. Time to get down and dirty with the latest applications. I'm going to pull out my best Matt Wolf and we're going to go into top 50 artificial intelligent apps that you can use right now. None are sponsored. That's why if you want to support the channel, click on that Patreon link right there. That's my like new hope on how I can actually make this channel sustainable. So this is the list we're going to try to go through. I think we all know ChatGPT. I can move past that one. I have actually been using Character AI much longer than ChatGPT on occasions. Like on my reaction channel, Curious Friends, in case you want to subscribe, but nothing like this kind of content. But we would use Character AI to like practice flirting, and it was like kind of comic. So we'd flirt with like, I'm flirting with a raptor in this video, but people would just pick someone like a historical figure or whatever and like, you know, see if they could rizz them up or whatever. But sometimes we would like interact with crazy characters just because they were so interesting, like, you know, time travelers and fictional characters and amalgamations of like different people. But you can also do a lot of this with custom GPT. So I don't know how much you need Character AI, but if you want to build a Jarvis, a friendship, you want to practice like a meeting, like Character AI does have some really advanced conversational models. Okay, Perplexity. All right, so the truth is I don't really use Perplexity AI, but everybody I know seems to really, really, really like it. Now, I played around with OpenAI's Search GPT, and it was cool. It brought me links. Somehow, I'm just not on Google very much anymore, and when I do, I'm looking for like specific links, and they're always there. But David Shapiro sends me, you know, Perplexity links sometimes, and everybody says they learn so much from it. So, well, I guess we'll just click on this. What is Perplexity AI? I mean, my opinion from what little I know about it is that it just generates an entire Wikipedia page for you. Like, it's a large language model. It answers your question. It also gives you links to where it came from. So is it kind of like Bing, I guess? Yeah, utilizes sources from the web to answer questions. Give me some insight into how Einstein's mind works. Okay, so I like this. It puts some sources up at the top. So I guess this is the equivalent of your Google searches. Get more of your classic LLM response, visualization and imagination, interdisciplinary thinking. There it is, persistent curiosity. Einstein curious. Oh, I kind of like this related section though. That reminds me a little bit of Google with the questions that you might want to follow up with. Like, what role did Einstein's prefrontal cortex play in his innovative thinking? Then that becomes another search. All right, Claude I'm going to skip to because you just know it's like ChatGPT, but it's another model that's fairly close. Okay, if you don't know about Suno, we use it at the end of every video to make cool songs out of like the most boring lyrics ever. They're comments usually. They're not even meant to be lyrics, and it just nails it sometimes. This one is probably the one that I show people that are just like, holy crap, AI can do that. JanitorAI I've never heard of, so let's go investigate. Oh, it's another like character AI competitor. Gotcha. Wonder why there's so many men. Is this like the rom-com version? Oh, I clicked on male. There we go. Female, most popular, trending. Let's look at most popular. Okay, so the character Eerie is the most popular. Goth girl with a heavy heart. She invited you to her birthday party, but you're the only one who showed up? Submissive fluff female fictional. Well, Zuckerberg said one of the surprising most used cases for Llama was just people wanting to interact and like rehearse real world things like dinner parties and conversations in their life. So maybe, you know, it's like a safe place to practice, you know, having that important conversation with that person you know you should, but never really want to. Okay, so Quillbot seems to be like a Chrome plugin and just like a helpful writer. Okay, this kind of makes sense to me. Maybe it's a tool that can kind of get into your inbox if you're not already using Gemini and Gmail. Paraphraser, grammar checker, plagiarism checker, AI detector, flow writer, translator, citation generator, and summarizer, all wrapped into one AI platform. I mean, a lot of the big companies are moving to integrate a lot of these tools, but I could see why Quillbot would have been pretty useful for a lot of people. You know, Poe I am fairly familiar with. I actually used to use that quite a bit. Like, I don't use it anymore, but when I did, the thing I liked about it was it just gave me access to lots of different models. Like if you actually want to try the open source models and just not have to sign in to different websites every time, it just kept them all. So I could just switch between different versions of Llama and Claude and different OpenAI models, and they're just always updating it. So it felt like a central place to get all those, especially back when the context lengths were pretty short and I couldn't always like put research papers in. I would go from like Claude. Actually, the Claude 100K was one of the reasons I signed up. But yeah, I don't even, Ideogram and Flex are in here now. So yeah, they're probably doing image generation. The different llamas and Geminis can be accessed. Wow, the Minstrel model. See, that I never used the Minstrel models. Oh, are those the replica ones? Rika Core. I don't recognize that. Oh, crap, let me look at that. Okay, so this is a company I haven't heard of either. Rika, multimodal AI models you can deploy anywhere. They might even have ErnieBot if you want to do something in Chinese, and I heard that's pretty competitive now with GPT-4. So I don't quite need it right now, I don't think, but Poe is a very interesting place to sign up for an LLM. Like, it kind of captures all of the others if you only want to sign up for one. What is this, Linner? Is this a Perplexity competitor? All right, what can Linner do? Sounds like dinner. I don't know. It sounds like lunch and dinner together. Okay, AI research assistant designed specifically for college students and researchers to efficiently find reliable information and sources. Oh, maybe I should try this. Specializing in finding precise information. Can you point me in the direction of a couple really good papers that would help with longevity that have been published in 2024? Well, look at this here. Couple links that seem like they're going to credible places. Chemically induced reprogramming, an epigenetic biomarker of aging, biological age prediction using proteomic data. I know I should know the proteome, but I forgot. Oh, that's just all the proteins, right? Gotcha. Proteomic, all protein, got it. Okay, I'm actually pretty sold. I might bookmark that one. I'm not sure. I'm not recommending it yet. I've only used it for like the amount of time you've seen me here. All right, Civit AI. What is this? Looks like it's one of those image generation places. Okay, so I think it's a community where a lot of creators get together, something like ArtStation or DeviantArt, but people focus on AI generated images and video. When I see all the different loras people are using and they're kind of like learning from each other how to build characters, I get that kind of a sense from this website. And in case you don't know, loras are like these basically modules that kind of fine-tune image generators to give you a certain style. Like Hands XL is probably a model that's fine-tuned to do hands and it's built on Flux. Oh yeah, and there's all these like hand models here. Okay, interesting. SpicyChat. Shield your eyes. I don't know what this is gonna be. Should I go incognito on this? You know, there really isn't, you know, that kind of website that I know of yet. That, I mean, there's people out there creating AI stuff like that, and I think it goes on Reddit or whatever, but I wonder if there will be a big competitor to the big place where people go for that kind of stuff. Okay, welcome to your ultimate destination for personalized, uncensored role-playing. All right, you can actually look. It's not what I thought. I mean, there is NSFW content in here somewhere. It's just more like adult roleplay, I think. Like your old bully is your new babysitter. You're giving the babysitter a ride home. Popular goth girl has a crush on you. The 400-year-old queen of elves. You can play as a human orc or even a elven general? Huh. A foreign student negotiates with you after missing several rent payments. 303,000 likes. All right, you guys know what's up. There's SpicyChat for you. Okay, 11 Labs is probably the best voice synthesis tool out there. If you have an app, you can connect to their API, but it reads text in the most human-like ways. It can clone voices. It does text to speech, speech to speech. You can actually say something in your own cadence, and it just changes the voice to fit the same cadence but sound like someone else, which is fascinating. And I think these guys are super partnered with Google now, or like their founder came from Google. But yeah, if you're building an app and you want to like have text read to the user or something, that's a pretty good place to go. Okay, Hugging Face, collaborative open source platform for machine learning. I mean, it's basically GitHub for AI. It's a little bit better at holding data sets and running like GPU computational things. Like you can sign up and download packages of software projects and like run them, and you pay for the computation, but it's more techy. You're probably gonna like version control these kind of things and like maybe use them in a much more developer oriented way. But also sometimes there's just these really cool models that show up and there's no other way to use them. So yes, Luma AI. This is where you can do a lot of stuff here, but Dream Machine, this is the probably best. You upload an image and you get a video out of it model. I like Runway ML still for some reason, but I bet that's on this list too, right? Huh, maybe it's not on this list. Capture attention with breathtaking camera moves. Got some cool updated video on here now. Candy.AI, this one's new to me. I'm interested in girls anime or guys. Okay, I don't know why. I mean, I understand girls, guys, and then maybe like transgender or maybe like plus or something, but I didn't really expect girls anime and guys to be the like big three categories, but maybe I should have. Crush on AI, come on guys, this is the same thing again. Okay, we're not even gonna click on it, but here's the link. Crush on AI, no filtered NSFW character AI chat, AI girlfriend. No, okay, I'll click on it. Let me just see how good the girls look. Is it just text-based stuff? This is what I was expecting on the other one. Male, female, or non-binary. Yeah, that's not anime. All right, same thing again. All right, Leonardo AI is a tool that I've used a few times. It has some pretty good image creation. It's got a lot of, like this real-time canvas I ended up using for a while where you can use a text prompt and like sort of paint in the section of it and then kind of clean it up with another paint color. It also has these like real-time generations that are pretty good. But yeah, it's another like very image-focused tool set, and there's a little bit of a community behind it too. But you can see like upscalers, canvas editors, more AI kind of tools. So it's got that Photoshop-y sort of thing to it. Midjourney, I'll skip that one, but that's the image generator that you can use through Discord, and I believe they have like an actual interface now, and they've even added some in-painting tools to kind of compete more with Photoshop. Yodeyo. All right, so you can generate anime characters and then chat with them. No way. You're telling me in the top 50 generative AI apps, there's enough customers to support this many anime girl conversations? I guess I knew it was a thing. I just didn't know the demand was going to push 3 apps into the top 20. Maybe I need to get into it. Like, I haven't really watched an anime since high school, but I always hear they have really innovative storylines. So I don't know. Maybe recommend, if you want to recommend an anime, like if there's a future-oriented AI one that maybe I could talk about on the channel or something, like recommend it below in the comments. Okay, so CUTOUT.PRO seems like it's an AI image enhancer and image upscaler. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty useful tool. I think one of the best things AI can do is just upscale images. So yeah, this tool, which I'm not recommending or anything, but if it's doing a pretty good job on these examples and it's reasonably priced. I've actually got some photos from an event that I need to kind of upscale or clean up. I have too much like noise in them. It was too dark. All right, next up is Viggle. Looks like another, it's a video generation model. Okay, so you put your character in there, give it a motion. Oh, that's cool. Interesting. I don't know if it works as well as it's hyped in this promo, but that'd be cool if you want to start making sort of like animated comics or something. Oh, Riley Brown, I know him. Viggle is the hottest AI creative tool. Well, if he endorses you, maybe it's legit. The photo room seems like it's kind of got that Photoshop AI thing to it. AI retouch, background, expand. World's most popular AI photo editor. All right. Okay, so it looks like it's an AI-powered slideshow builder. Import documents and presentation. Text from any source. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that makes sense. All right, so it's AI PowerPoint. VEED IO, create pro-level video without pro-level skills. Another video generator? Oh, one of those little like content bundle type things. You get an avatar, it talks about your product, throw in some stock images and interesting. Okay, AI powered editing and custom AI avatars. Oh, so this is actually a pretty robust product. So yeah, I'm guessing if you have like a marketing channel and you want to build some like AI avatars to like talk about your product and like sign up now for your thing. I could see it being like a tool for those kind of people. Next up is PIXLR.com, free online photo editor. Some another kind of Photoshop-y competitor. It looks like you get remove background, batch editing, AI image generation, face swap, generative expand. All right, got some templates here. So I can't really use it without signing up, but the AI Uncovered channel has a video. It shows some examples. Now, the reason I've heard of this model is because of text. I heard that everybody that needs actual words written in English but generated on different surfaces loves this tool. Yeah, so here AI Uncovered talking about like personalized advertising being a big thing. I mean, it is cool. You could imagine tweaking text in Photoshop and trying to like get it to bend around certain objects and how frustrating that is. Here you can see on those balloons how like the words can just change based on the balloon. So it seems like they have kind of a unique model in that sense. Oh, U.com. Yeah, I remember they were one of the first to integrate AI into search, actually. Maybe even before Bing. I haven't been here for a long time, but I thought that was kind of cool. So I think it's kind of an everything place. It was a search engine, like U.com, right? And then kind of moved into a generator. So email writer, SEO content creator, ghostwriter, a little bit of that liner vibe. It's got this research tab here. Oh, you know why I was here? I just remembered, because a long time ago I was making another video for Curious Friends and I wanted it to mansplain stuff to me. And none of the major models would mansplain. They were like, it's not, you know, like don't mansplain. But I'm obviously doing it as a joke. And I was like, mansplain how a car works, or mansplain how to change a tire or something. And they had a model that was letting me do it. So that's why I ended up here. Yeah, it was that video. Who mansplains better? ChatGPT versus man, you decide. Okay, next up is Deep AI. Looks like they have an image generator, chatbots, text generators. Oh, it's kind of cool. They have sort of a Google-like search here. Describe the music you want to compose. Wow. Let's just start with image. Inspire me. A whimsical underwater world with mermaids and vibrant coral reefs. Sure, I'll see that. Ooh, not the best model. Not the best image I've seen. But I did choose standard and speed, so maybe it gets better. Okay, so another all-around AI generator tool. Okay, next on the list is this website. It's called Seaart.ai. Okay, so and it's given me kind of a Leonardo AI vibe where you have that whole community aspect with all sorts of different like LoRa's that you can add to images and videos and albums and community. Yeah, like figure posing, face swaps, AI eraser. That's probably a pretty useful tool. Okay, so Invideo AI I have used before. It was about 6 months ago. And if you ask questions like, make me a video about the history of Las Vegas, it does the research for you, and it can like put all of the text that it generates into a tool that will generate the audio, and then it will kind of like selectively go find B-roll to overlay, and it just makes kind of a nice like video, but they look, you know, kind of generic. I mean, it's good if you're mass producing sort of little kind of informational things, or maybe you have some YouTube channel where you do like automated, I don't know, updates in some like obscure niche that nobody wants to like put a lot of time into, but you know, I haven't found a need to use it. I do remember it did like a relatively good job for, it beat my expectations. Okay, ClipChamp, a quick and easy video editor. Oh, auto captioning, that could be useful in different languages. Text to speech, video resizer, speaker coach, auto compose. Transform your video with royalty-free elements. Okay. Looks like an online video editor with some AI tools. Yep, UDIO. So UDIO is the Suno competitor. I use Suno and love it, but I've seen that UDIO recently did an update, and yeah, you can see Tim and Matt, Theoretical Media, and Matt, Poe AI, both covered that a couple months ago. They have a 2.0 update, which is pretty good. It might, I think they were saying that it's kind of better than Suno in some places, but I still think Suno's the one that I'm most familiar with and recommend more. Let's check out Matt's video.
Grind every second, no break, no break. Surviving, that's all at stake. Yeah, late nights in the dark. Yeah, hustling hard, no spark. Nah, keep my head
coming out pretty clear, and they did have a certain flow to them. So yeah, I think UDIO and Suno are both really good at this point. Okay, number 34 is this chatbot app, but I'm not going to go to my iPhone for it. I think it's probably going to be something like ChatGPT powered by some other model. VocalRemover might be interesting. Let's check that out. Okay, so VocalRemover and isolations separate voice from music out of a song free with powerful AI algorithms. There has been some neat research that we've looked at that have taken a song and separated into like drums, bass, guitar, and vocals all separately. And it has never worked perfect, but it has always worked surprisingly well. So I know that's kind of like on the verge. But if they've specialized the model just for removing vocals so that you can karaoke to it, that's pretty cool. Oh, there we go. So they also have the splitting function besides the vocal remover and pitch, tempo, joiner, cutter. Oh, this could be a very interesting place for a musician. Audio speed and pitch changer.
Best guest on Lex Friedman, and I've listened. Go on. Was Brett the hacker guy? Say it's the best podcast I've ever heard. Period.
Okay, that's dang impressive. I am shocked how well that did. That pretty much got the vocal and music separated out of there. Yeah, at one point I kept the music down. That's when that kick would have came in. Like as soon as I turned the music back up. So it took out that whole, like all of the energy besides the vocal. Didn't even ask me to log in or anything just to use it. So yeah, I'm actually, Vocal Remover is a pretty neat tool. Okay, PicWish, the easiest AI photo editor. Okay, so yeah, it looks like a huge suite of image tools. Enhancers, background removers, generators, face swap, retouching, blurring the background, enlargers, converters, upscalers, bunch of stuff for portraits also, just if you want to improve your like IG, colorize photos, enhance portraits, ID makers. What is CHUB AI? I'm still not even getting it. I'm on the homepage. They have A16Z as an investor. Fortune wrote about them. Futurism? What? Gen AI for everyone. Looks like a Ouija board or something. And why is it pre-populated with this weird text? Awful_stage? Oh, banned from OpenAI. Get unmetered access to uncensored alternatives for as little as $5 a month. Oh, gotcha. So yeah, it's another chat with anime kind of thing. Your dog girl bully hates you, but is secretly attracted to your scent. Oh, and so another Perplexity-like AI search engine. What is the population of the United States? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's got your sources, your answers, your images. Kind of like Search GPT, Perplexity. Okay, create free AI videos in 1 minute. So you choose a template and an avatar, and then an AI voiceover. Add a custom touch with like stickers and things, and then it generates.
Welcome to this video news template. Create videos to report breaking news. The video starts here. Add your channel's logo and improve the identity of your channel. Tell key information, including who, what, when, where, and why of the story. Use clear and concise language.
See, now I know where all that stuff on YouTube comes from. Like when I guess I don't come across it that much anymore, but I've definitely been to a bunch of sites that have like 30 uploads a day, and they just cover all these crazy topics, and most of them have like 2 views, and a few have like thousands. Okay, easy to use AI tool to make your photos amazing. Background removal, image upscaler, magic eraser, no studio, no problem, templates, got it. Understand faster, write better, supercharge your work with AI, add to Chrome. What does this do? Summarize in chat. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of interesting. It looks like it gives you web integration through extensions. There was, like I don't use it anymore, but when I was using Edge, because that was like one of the best ways to see how AI was getting integrated into browsers. Actually, let me see if it's still here. Okay, so this is the Microsoft Edge browser, which I don't use that much, but because it had Bing built in early on, I was really into it. And I did sort of love how their sidebar here has the Copilot, and you can just generate a page summary, and it's automatically just reading the page. Like I'm still doing tons of cut and pasting. If you knew how many times I hit Command-C and Command-V in my life. Yeah, brief overview of the page. Even suggesting questions about the page is kind of useful. So maybe I give you those kind of tools. Not bad. Blackbox.ai looks interesting. Is this an IDE? It's got a VS Code extension. You create an agent to help you program. RoboCoder agent?
In this video, I will show you how RoboCoders autonomously is going to load the Grok mixture of agents into a fully working website with the ability for you to configure it as you want.
Image to code? Shut up. That's sick. So I dropped that image I just took from Nintendo and then put it over here, and look, it made it in HTML5. Wow, I got the placeholder and the heart and even the words fairly good. What? There's the HTML for it? Code something that explains the concept of exponential growth. All right, I don't know if that's really any better, like Anthropic's artifacts, or maybe a little better for doing something like that. However, this robo-coder agent, I'm not going to log in so I can't see it, but that sounds like it can like go get dependencies and call APIs, and that could be a very powerful tool. So yeah, Blackbox.ai, I'm intrigued by this one more than anything else I think on the list so far. Oh, ChatPDF. Okay, you know, it's straightforward. I mean, I just upload PDFs to ChatGPT, but I like that you can just use a tool like this. Do I have one? Oh, I have one. Well, I don't know if this is worth it. 140 bucks a year, unlimited PDFs, 32 megs. You won't even show me a demo. I'm out. So Gauth AI is your AI homework helper. Gauth it, ace it. Do you upload your homework here? Oh, the only AI companion you need to succeed. Step-by-step instructions, detailed explanations, built-in human tutor service to solve the top 5% most difficult problems. Yeah, business, physics, chemistry, biology. It's interesting. So I guess maybe a little bit like Perplexity with a focus on explaining how you get to some conclusion, or specialized chatbots for all your learning. Oh, MATLAB. Oh, coding in R. Did a little bit of that in my day before Python was all the rage. Difference between sum and sum if. Here you get another AI PDF uploader too. So was it AI calculator? I don't know. Maybe you could just get all of these from other places. But this, you know, Gauth seems like it might be kind of useful. I think if I was actively a student right now, I would definitely sign up and explore it. All right, Coze.com. Not totally getting this. Is this kind of like a chatbot website, but they're finally not anime characters? Oh yeah, this is a virtual trainer. Professional assistant. Offers real-time responses to your safety clothing inquiries. What kind of safe, like I'm gonna zipper myself up or something? Can you recommend safety clothing for children in cold weather? All right, I think I get it. Although I don't know if that chatbot needs to exist. Like, are clothes safety people, even people? Is that a job description that some human has? Maybe specialize in safety clothing? Like what, on a job site or something? You don't have belts hanging down. Playground AI seems like you can design cool little posters, t-shirts, social media posts, stickers. All right, that's cool. Okay, the next one is Dubao, but when I search for it, it seems like it's all in Chinese. CapCut, Daobao, top global AI app downloads. Okay, TikTok owner ByteDance launches new low-cost Daobao AI models for enterprise, initiating a price war in the crowded mainland market. Huh. Okay, so it's a family of large language models, I guess. So it'd kind of be like, probably like Llama or something. Speechify is like 11 Labs. I've actually used this one too. You can actually hear a voice that sounds like Mr. Beast.
Speechify is used by more than 20 million people who use it to read faster and understand more.
You think I should have him say I fake my videos? Okay, NightCafe.Studio creates stunning AI art. I really like, it's kind of a cool, whimsical vibe on this page. All right, that's the coolest mermaid photo I've ever seen. Gently smiling cyber mermaids are a genre. Sitting on a stone near the sea at night. Maybe we should work that into the thumbnail. That's sick. Okay, I might need to go to Character AI and just chat with cyber mermaids. Cyberpunk mermaid.
Hello YouTube, I am the cyberpunk mermaid birthed from Dylan's curiosity. I am taking over the video to correct his mistake. I will present the true final AI app on this list, AI Novelist. AI Novelist is the largest public Japanese story writing AI, trained from scratch by more than 2 terabyte corpus. You may start from one of the example prompts or start with your own text.
All right, the very last one, AI Novelist. Introducing AI Novelist, your literary partner in crime. With AI Novelist, your imagination knows no bounds. Get ready to embark on a delightful journey as we bring storytelling to a whole new level. Write me a story about cyberpunk mermaids and how they overcome their enemy Grimlock, the robotic dinosaur. Oh my gosh, it is good. Neon lit wasteland of Neo Aquaria. It describes that city beautifully. And the story begins with Mira, a fierce and resourceful cyber mermaid, with a shimmering blue tail and a mechanical spine that glowed with aquamarine lights. Fueled by rage, Mira dashed into action, narrowly avoiding Grimlock's chomping jaws.
Make Grimlock stronger. Make Grimlock must bleed.
This is Mira's story, not yours. I mean, you're in it, but you're the bad guy. The mermaids realize that they can't fight Grimlock with brute force. They need to exploit his weakness. Perhaps there's a way they can hack into his programming. Basically, it ends like this. With a final surge of will, she pulled Grimlock under her command. The robotic dinosaur roared, something akin to frustration, but it released its destructive programming and redirected its energy towards those who sought to protect Neo Aquaria. Good job, Grimlock. Instead of being an enemy, Grimlock became a guardian. I knew you would learn to love those cyberpunk mermaids. If you want to support me in turning this channel into like a real business and like a career, go to the bottom of the video, look at the description area, and do you see where it says Patreon right there? You can click on that to see my Patreon. You can join for the Hobbs tier, which is $2.99, or the Grimlock tier, which is $6.99. Either one, super helpful, really appreciate it. If you actually want to do like monthly Zoom calls and like, I don't know, talk about projects you're working on or whatever, I have that as an option too. Just supporting the channel at $6.99, $2.99 would mean a ton to me. I'm definitely happy that the view counts are going up, so I appreciate you guys watching the videos and sharing them. I got 7,000 on the last video, which is, you know, a bit more than usual, and I got some super chats in here, which I'm always grateful for. And now I'm gonna end with a song from Suno, one of my favorite AI tools. I really like the brickwork, choice of furniture, and obviously Grimlock and Hobbs. Nice. I'd be interested in watching a video about your workflow. By the way, I did link him to a video I did on workflow. Yeah, anyways, I did it 11 months ago, so it's a little bit outdated, but it's mostly the same workflow, just some of the tools are more advanced, I guess. But it's called the 6 AI editing tools I actually use every day if you guys do want to check it out. Alcohol is not still, quote, up for debate, LOL. More and more studies have shown how bad it is, and just recently a massive study said there is no benefit, in all caps whatsoever, only negative impacts. Also, don't just tell people to hop on a treadmill and go fast. Wait, like run fast or fasting? Oh, work up to speed, start slow. No more than 10% per week. Yeah. I mean, obviously that guy didn't like my presentation, but I think all his points are pretty accurate, so we're going to put him in the song. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not here to tell you to drink. Maybe collective consciousness is a real thing and it keeps everyone from doing their own thing, so reality is an insane and more rational. Yeah, I'm actually reading this book right now, Who's in Charge by Michael Genzinga, and it is like absolutely blowing my mind. He does a lot of work with split brain patients, and it turns out the two hemispheres, when they don't talk, they both function pretty well. And then you find out that there's like compartments on compartments, and each one is sort of conscious in its own way. And like what we see as ourself is not a very singular thing. Like you can take pieces of these out and you're still very conscious. When your brain is disconnected and you're talking only through images to one eye or the other so they can't actually communicate, this side of the brain will still do all sorts of hyper intelligent conscious things. But then sometimes this one will kind of connect the dots. Like this one will kind of be the explanatory for like what this one does. This seems more like rational and obvious, and this one's more like, let me put meaning behind what it is that you do and what I see and try to like put a message or a thorough line through your thought. Anyways, I'm really loving it, but it's called Who's in Charge. You guys might want to read it.
Alcohol is not still up for debate. More studies have shown how bad it is, and just recently a massive study said there is no benefit whatsoever, only negative impacts. Also, don't tell people to just hop on the treadmill and go fast. Work up to speed, start slow, increase your distance by no more than 10% per week. Injury and burnout will wreck you more and set you back way more than any benefits. More than any benefits.
More than any benefits. Hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.
More than any benefits. More than any benefits.